Hi, welcome to a 50-minute Vinyasa style practice. My name's Kailey. When you're ready, you can meet me on your back on your mat. I like to give the PSA pretty much every time I teach that if there is a different shape that you'd rather do to open your practice or at any point during your practice, feel free. I really set the intention that this be a place where you can take excellent care of your body, your mind, your spirit. If you're joining me on your mat, bend the knees, plant the feet, walk the feet a little wider, maybe all the way to the edges of the mat, and then let the knees drop so that they fall against one another. So knees drop in. You can let the hands rest at your side, or maybe bring your palms somewhere onto your torso. And then just take a couple deep breaths here. Breathe in, breathe out. Whether the eyes are open or closed, so you can soften the muscles, soft tissue around the eyes. Let that softness spread through the face, the back of the head and the scalp. Relaxing around the jaw and down through the sides of the neck. The shoulders melt. Take one more nice deep breath here in through your nose. Go all the way up. Pause for a moment at the top and then sit in just a little bit more breath. Your mouth. Bring your arms to a goalpost shape, so the elbows are bent, maybe a W shape. That usually feels better in my shoulders. And then maybe just look through your knees side to side. See if you can start kind of slow. I know sometimes once I start moving in my practice, like that part of the mind that just wants to check it off of the list can start to take over. See if you can notice that happening. And when you notice that happening, consciously encourage yourself to slow down, to home in on maybe a little bit more nuanced sensation in the body, the pelvis moving. Take the knees one more time in both directions and then pause in the center. The elbows are going to stay bent, but lift the forearms away from the floor. So elbows are still kind of digging in toward the sides, toward the edges of your mat. Forearms are up, forearms are parallel. Arch the back away from your mat. Keep your butt down, keep the back of the head down. So just extending through the spine here. Take a breath in, creating like a cow shape in your body. As you exhale, reach the arms up and then flip the palms away from one another so the back of the hands touch, but the shoulders kind of hunch up away from the floor. Inhale to get back into that cow variation, arch the spine, find that extension. Exhale, round the back, maybe even tuck the tailbone a little bit and lift the hips. Keep moving between these two, syncing up with your breath, maybe even keeping the eyes soft. The next time your arms are lifted, reach the arms back up over your head. So open up through the underarms, to the sides of the waist, keep pressing down into your feet. Keep the tailbone tucked a little bit. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift the hips, bring the arms down by your side body. Push the elbows down here. Bring the forearms again perpendicular to the floor and parallel to one another. So see if you can find it's called the latissimus muscle. As you dig your elbows down, muscles alongside the middle of your back are lighting up. If you don't feel that, that's fine too. Just focus on the glutes and the legs. Lower the hips. Inhale, the arms come back up over your head. Back into that bridge variation. As you exhale, the elbows dig down a little bit, not forcing anything, just finding some strength in the back side of the body. Couple more. Inhale, arms up, hips down. Exhale, elbows down, hips up. Next time your hips are lifted, pause in your bridge. This time you can bring your palms flat, maybe even interlace your fingers, shimmy your shoulders close together here. Again, soften around the jaw and the eyes. Hold for 5. Deep natural breathing through the nose. 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down, and then one knee at a time. Bring the knees into the chest. With your palms on your kneecaps, circle the knees in opposite directions. Feel how the thighs are moving and the hip sockets switch the direction of those circles. Bring your fingertips to the back side of the knees, so hook the back of the knees and then just straighten and rebend one leg at a time. And I really do mean straighten, but not make straight. So you're straightening out the knee, but not all the way. Just finding a range of motion that feels kind of nice, where you can feel the knee moving real smooth, feel the hamstring and the quad warming up a little bit. Flex the toes if you can for the next few. So flexing the toes, pushing the heel away, we're going to bias more of the back side of the thigh. And then let's point the toes, right? Changing it up so it's more in the front of the thigh, or maybe you feel a stretch in the shins. Meet me in a C in 3, 2, and 1. Rock and roll, or rock to the side and work your way up to a seated position. Any comfortable seat will do. Sit tall. Bring your hands to your heart center here. I'll take 1 Om. If Oming feels weird or uncomfortable for you, I'll invite you to hum. There's like this resonance. Turns out it's a really good thing for our vagus nerve, for our autonomic nervous system, to help kind of create some balance between that, what sometimes gets called fight or flight, and rest and digest. So whether you want to om or hum, get that kind of vibration going here. 1 deep breath in through the nose. The eyes, interlace your fingers. Stretch the arms up over your head as you breathe in. Let's take a spinal twist. So bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Right fingertips can tent back behind you. Maybe you bring your hand to the back for some support. Lengthening the crown of the head up, like there's a string with a balloon kind of trailing up the length of the spine. So instead of the chin or the nose tipping upward, length here and rotation. Look forward, take a breath in, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, palms toward the ceiling. And then twist to the left. A couple cycles of breath here. It sometimes feels nice to slowly take your gaze from shoulder to shoulder. Another little kind of nervous system regulation is to slowly kind of scan your surroundings. Calming. Look forward, inhale the arms up 1 more time, palms split. And then hands and knees, so meet me in a tabletop position. Already time to loose a layer. Circle your shoulders over your wrists once you get there. So keep the arms relatively straight, but then just draw circles with the shoulders over the wrists. Great, switch the direction of those circles. You might get a little snap, crackle, or pop in your hips or somewhere else in the body. As long as it's not painful, my understanding is that's pretty okay. Just waking up to the joints. Come through neutral. Extend your right leg back behind you, but tuck the tailbone a bit. Push into your palms here. Take a breath in. Bring your right knee to your right elbow as you exhale. So squeeze it in. Inhale, keep the right leg back. Maybe the left arm comes forward. Exhale, right knee to the right elbow if that left hand is down, or right knee to the left elbow if you extended the arm. Push to the base of your right thumb. 3 more on this side. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Invite that little pause. Inhale. Last 2. 1 more time here. Breathe in. Elbow to knee. Set the left hand down if it was lifted. Extend the right leg back behind you, and then pivot the inner edge of the right foot down as you open up into a side plank variation, stretching out through right side body, maybe circling through your top arm, checking that shoulder and perhaps the ribs. You might switch the direction of those circles. Always okay to soft bend the elbow or deep bend the elbow if you feel like that gives you more space. So maybe even today thinking about, instead of range of motion, thinking about the path of motion that your body is appreciating. Bring that top hand down, take a big step with that right foot forward outside of your right pinky finger for our lizard lunge. Stretch back through your left leg if that feels good, or you might keep the hips relatively stacked over your left knee. Couple nice long breaths here. Right off camera, I have Sasha like ready to yell about, oh my God, about anyone who might want to approach the porch. So we'll see how it goes. Option to stay here or to backstroke your right arm, bind your left foot. If you bound that back foot, go ahead and release it. Bring that right hand down inside of your right foot. Last little bit of warm up on this side. Lift the left knee. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale your right hand down. Two more on this side. Inhale, right arm up for dragonfly. Exhale, set it back down. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take it to downward facing dog this time. Pedal out your first down dog. Maybe take a nice big bend in the knees. Be really generous with your joint spaces, especially at the beginning of your practice. Feel the fingers are spread kind of wide. You're not tearing at the webbing of your hands or anything, but you've got a nice surface area. Push the palms down. Look forward, lift the heels, and then walk your feet to goddess at the top of your mat. So heels in, toes slightly out. Nice wide stance here. And bring the hands to the heart. Maybe shift the weight from foot to foot. Let's check in with how the pelvis, especially that sacroiliac joint, is feeling. You might feel a lot of pressure in the knees. If that's the case, maybe bring a block or something underneath you, or even widen your feet off of your mat. When you're ready, release the fingers down, lift the hips up, taking it into a forward fold. Find ragdoll, catch the crooks of your opposite elbows. I'm feeling really kind of swayy today, so I'll be doing a little bit of swaying, shifting the weight around, kind of exploring the effect of gravity as I move my weight toward my toes and back toward my heels. And that might feel really good for your body today, or it might be a day where your body is really craving like stillness and that stableness of each posture. And do that if that's what's working for you. Release the fingers down when you're ready. Heel to the feet a bit closer together. Slide the palms to the shins as you find a halfway stretch. Bring a lot of awareness into the cervical spine, the back of the neck. So instead of looking up or letting the head hang, see if you can feel those vertebrae coming in line with the rest of the spine. Breathe in. Bend the hands, step back to high push-up and pause in plank pose. Press the mat away. Then absolutely lower the knees underneath your hips for a little bit more support. You could bend the knees and hover the knees under the hips for a little bit more challenge, but keep that tiny tuck to the tailbone for 5, 4, 3, 2, lower down on 1. Wide arm cobra, walk the fingertips a few inches away from the shoulders onto the floor as you roll it up on your fingertips and the toenails here. Breathe in. Look to the right as you exhale. Left shoulder comes down toward the top center of your mat. Back through the center, inhale. Look left, right shoulder comes through center, exhale. Come to the center as you breathe in. And then child's pose as you breathe out. Knees can be wide or narrow, but stay for a full deep inhale. Breathe into the back of the lungs. Open your mouth, let it go. Slide to your hands and your knees again. Feel free to move around a little bit through the hips, maybe cat-cow. And then when you're ready, left leg goes back. tiny tuck to the tailbone, so that what that's going to do is create some connection through the core. So instead of kind of dumping into the low back, we're anchoring through the trunk. Breathe in, elbow to knee as you breathe out. Option to reach the right arm forward as you kick the left leg back, inhale. Elbow to knee as you exhale. 3 more. Invite that pause on the out breath. Last one. This time, bring the right hand down if it was lifted, left leg back, find your side plank variation, bringing that left foot back to the back of the mat, circling through your top arm. Breathe in, breathe out. Switch the direction of those circles if you want. Right left hand comes down, bend your left knee as you take a big step outside of your left pinky finger, or your lizard on this side. Do a little check-in with your wrists here. If you have a lot of, if it feels crummy to have your wrist at like that intense flexed angle, and you want to work on a little bit of strength in the hands, I'll invite you to tend the fingers, but keep pushing down through the finger pads. So what that'll do is take a little bit of that angle out of your wrist. Stay here or backstroke your right foot, right knee, or left arm backstrokes, right knee bends. You pop that foot gently, release it. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, inhale left arm for your dragonfly twist. Left hand down on the exhale. 2 more on this side, opening up. Square the chest. 1 more, inhale. Down dog on the exhale. Warm up, hopefully your shoulders and hips are feeling a little bit more awake. Look forward when you're ready. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. And then step up. Find your halfway stretch, breathe in. Fold forward, finish that breath out, chin toward the chest. Take your time to roll all the way up to your standing. Full body stretch there as you breathe in. And then take it right back down as you breathe out. Surya Namaskar. We're just going to do a few halfway stretch on the inhale. Lift the hands, step back, high plank to low plank as you exhale. Maybe you take it all the way to your belly. Cobra or upward facing dog. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. And then downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk or step to the top. Half stretch, breathing in. Forward fold, breathing out. Rise on the inhale. Right back down as you empty. Half lift, breathe in. High push up to low push up. Cobra or up dog, focus on the breath. Downward facing dog. Set your eyes toward your knees or your toes. Breath in. Breath out. Hold the exhale, step or walk to the top. Last one, halfway stretch, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Up, focusing on the breath there. Back down, empty, empty, empty. Halfway lift, inhale. Flow through your vinyasa. You can always skip the low push-up and the up dog. Get up in downward facing dog here. When you land in downward facing dog, stretch your right leg back behind you. Bend the right knee externally open through that hip. Use your right hand to square your chest towards your left leg. You might take some circles through your right foot, curl the toes. Really try and move through your right foot or even circle the right knee. Re-extend your right leg as you breathe in. Step the right foot forward, spin the back heel down, reverse warrior. So side body stretch. Anchoring down to the knife edge of your back foot. to kind of slide you into that lunge. And then breathe a little bit more awareness into the right side of the rib cage. You might even bring your left fingers on the right ribs and feel them fan open with your inhales. And start to straighten out your right knee. Reach your right hand forward and then bring that right hand down to your shin or maybe a block. Arm comes up. Maybe your version of triangle. You'll notice me sliding my left foot in a little bit. So there's not one foundation that really works best for every single one of these standing poses. That might seem like an obvious statement, but I'm going to make it anyway. So adjust your feet as needed so that you feel like you've got a stable base. Right? The more stable the foundation, the more we can explore the rest of the posture, the more you can breathe in a way that helps you feel like you're creating some space. Take that top arm forward here. Nice long inhale. Let the hands around the front foot. Bend your front knee a bit. Slide your left foot forward a couple inches. Stay on the ball of the left foot and then straighten out the right leg a bit. So we're taking a pyramid pose variation. A little bit funky if you haven't seen it before. Give yourself some grace to work with it. It feels really unfamiliar in your body. See if you can give your nervous system, your neuromuscular system, a couple breaths before you decide if you hate it or not. Shift the weight to the front foot. We've got standing splits here. Inhale, your left leg comes up. Maybe move to the left foot. In slow motion, we're going to step the left foot back, warrior one. So rebend the right knee. Inhale the arms up. Eyes might start to track upward toward your hands. Finish the stretch. Maybe take one last big sip of breath in. Plant the hands, step back, and flow through your vinyasa, and then downward facing dog. Try that on the left side. Inhale your left leg. Bend the knee, external rotation through that hip. Notice what's going on in the left underarm. Use your left hand to square your chest towards your right thigh. That's going to mean you'll probably get less external rotation in that top hip. That's okay. Move through your left foot again. I know we just had it lifted in standing splits. Why not though? Inhale, kick the leg back. Step it forward, reverse your warrior. Feel the feet connected to the mat, right? So feel the balls of the feet. Or you can press down. The more energy and pulling into the muscles of the legs. Another long inhale here as you start to straighten out the left leg. Reach the left hand forward. Maybe slide the right foot in a bit. And then take it into triangle pose. Come back to a rhythm in your breathing. Take that top arm forward, kind of side body stretch as you inhale. Square the chest, bring the fingertips down, bend your left knee, and then slide the right foot forward. If you bend the right knee, straighten the left leg out. For my left hamstring today, and maybe for the rest of my life, who knows, it does not want this leg to straighten out. That just doesn't feel safe in the body. And so I'm not going to force it. Definitely trying to practice what I preach in this teaching. The yoga, the poses themselves, at least my philosophy, what serves me in my life is I practice so that I'm a little bit more present in the rest of my life, so that I have a little bit more ease of movement in my body the rest of the day. And whether or not I hit some sort of alignment, arbitrary alignment standard, doesn't actually make any difference in my quality of life. In fact, if I'm forcing it, it might reduce my quality of life, right? Shift the weight to the left foot, right leg goes up, standing split. Breathe in. Right foot to the back of the mat, rebend the left knee, warrior one, come all the way up. Anchoring into the left big toe mound. Finish an inhale. Plant the hands, step back, flow through to downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, you can set the eyes to one spot. Take a big cleansing breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Look toward the top of the mat, step or hop. Halfway stretch there, breathe in. Fold forward as you breathe out. All the way up on the inhale. This time catch the left wrist, take a side body stretch. So reach your left arm up and over to the right. Shift the weight to the right foot. You're gonna bring the left toes back behind your right ankle. Maybe not off the mat. I'm not going off the mat. You might step that foot all the way off the mat. Tiny little micro bend in your right knee to protect that joint space. Big breath in. We're gonna find eagle pose. So wrap the left leg over, left arm under here. And try and stack the shoulders over the hips. So something really common in eagle is to kind of round forward. That's fine, nothing wrong with it. But see if you can find that little challenge spot. You're engaging the muscles of your trunk, not just the front side, not just the abdominals, but also the pelvic floor as you tuck the tailbone a bit. Maybe the sides of the waist and the sides of the spine. One more big breath in. Stay for the breath out. Come right into chair pose. Inhale, keep that right knee bent. I know it's a lot. Forward fold on the exhale, straightening the right leg out to get a little relief. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Plant the hands, step or float it back. Pause when you get into upward facing dog this time. Bend your right knee, so right foot comes up. And then pivot to the outside of the left foot. We're finding a wild thing over here. Reach that right arm up. Pushing through the points of contact that you have with the floor to lift through the hips, to open through the chest. Breathe in. Right hand's going to come down, side plank. Bring your heels to the right as you lift the left arm up. Side plank. Reach the left arm forward and rainbow the body here. Nice long inhale. Plant the hand. Flow through your vinyasa. Pause and upward facing dog. Drop the knees to the mat and up dog. Child's pose. Big toes are close, knees are wide. Breathe in. And breathe out. Move forward to cow as you lift the right leg. Keep the knee bent. So we're finding some extension in the spine here. Inhale. Right knee, right elbow, tuck the left toes on the exhale. Three-legged dog. Here we go. Breathe in. Right foot steps forward as you breathe out. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Triangle on the exhale. Take a breath in. Stretch forward. We're going to change it up a little bit. Backstroke that top arm, pivot the back heel up, bend the front knee as you inhale into crescent lunge. Get the eyes to one spot here as you breathe. So you can make a little space between your shoulders and your ears. Or maybe you actually do go ahead and shrug the shoulders way up toward the ears, feel the rib cage lift away from the pelvis. And then widen out the arms as you drop the shoulders down your back, just exploring the different sensations. Lift the right heel if you can, and then lower the right heel. So lifting and lowering, squeeze the right quad, so the front of the right leg. You might even kind of bring your fingers there to feel that. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Heel goes down, hands go down on 1. We're gonna step the right foot back to a knee hovered kind of bear. So knees hover here, and then tuck the tailbone, little pulses. Tuck the knees down, lift them up, little pulses. Stay here with your pulses, or pick the left foot up, step the left foot out and in, just about a foot, out and in. So right quads for 5, 4, 3. Left foot steps in on 1, so keep that left foot in. Right foot goes forward, crescent lunge, breathe in. Right heel, not sure why I taught this today. Lift and lower that heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, hands down on 1, last time. Hover the knees, little pulses. Left foot might move in and out. So just the left foot is moving. For 5, we're going back to crescent lunge in 4, 3, 2, this is core today. Left foot in, right foot forward. Inhale to crescent. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Full breath in. Full breath out. Reverse warrior, inhale. Oh my goodness, option to pop that heel. Last little bit over here. Cartwheel the hands, step back. High to low push up. All the way through to down dog this time. Big cleansing breath in downward facing dog. Open the mouth, soften the jaw. Left side, look forward, lift the heels. Exhale, step forward, hop. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Fold forward. Rise with the inhale. This time, catch the right wrist. Find a side bend to the left. Anchoring down to the knife edge of the right foot for a moment. Then lift the right heel. Bring that right foot back behind the left ankle. You breathe in a way that helps you create some space in both sides of the ribs, both sides of the waist. Inhale. Right leg over, right arm under, maybe for your eagle on this side. Set the eyes to one spot. I learned this really cool. The visual system is part of the nervous system, right? And turns out that when we set our eyes to one spot, we end up kind of preferentially biasing the sympathetic side of the nervous system. So that is that fight, flight, but it's also that focus side. So setting the eyes to one spot can be really helpful, and that's part of why. Nice long in breath. Stay low for the exhale. We've got chair on the in. Just that full breath. Forward fold on the out. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Lift the hands, step back for your vinyasa. We pause in upward facing dog. Then the left knee, this time we take that left foot back to wild thing. Left hand comes up. Press the mat away with the base of the right palm. Inhale deeply, side plank. Left hand comes down, put the heels to the left, reach the right arm up. Reach the right arm forward, press the hips upward, finding that side bend here on your inhale. Get the hand, lower down on the exhale. Pause and up dog again, breathing in. Drop the knees wide as you exhale the hips back to child's. Breath in, breath out. Cow left leg lifts this time with a bend in the knee as you inhale. Left knee, left elbow as you exhale, right toes tuck, preparing for three-legged dog. Inhale, kick that leg back. Step it forward. Reverse your warrior. Spin up and open. Triangle on the breath out. Top arm comes forward for an inhale. Backstroke the right arm, spin the right heel up as you bend the left knee. Crescent lunge. Bring some awareness into the left front thigh, left quads here. Left heel's gonna lift and lower, maybe. Maybe that left heel stays put and you just focus on contracting isometrically the left quads for 3. We're taking it to that little bear in 2. Hands down, knees to a hover. Pulse the knees up and down, left foot stays set. Maybe that right foot goes in and out, or out and in, I should say. 5, 4, left foot to the top in 3, 2, 1, left foot forward. Crescent lunge, inhale, round 2, lift and lower the heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, step the hands on 1. There, hover the knees. Maybe the right foot goes in and out for 5, 4, 3, 2, left foot forward on 1. Crescent lunge, breathe in. Prayer twist left as you breathe out. Long line of energy from that back heel all the way up to the crown of the head. Reverse your warrior, finish your inhale. Vinyasa all the way through to down dog, or skip the vinyasa and just go straight to downward facing. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to take that through one time. Breath in motion. Lift the heels when you're ready. Step or hop. Halfway stretch. Breathe in. Fold as you exhale. All the way up. Full body stretch here. Breathe in. Catch the left wrist, side bend to the right. Bring the left foot back behind the right ankle. Pull up and out of the sides of the hips. Full in breath. Left leg over for eagle. Breathe in. Maybe you go a little lower as you breathe out. Chair pose, little addition here. Inhale for chair. Lightning chair as you exhale. 3 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Option to lift the heels in lightning or keeping down. One more time. Inhale. Lightning on the exhale. Hold it there. Little pulses for 5. Tuck the tailbone. 4, 3, 2, all the way up on 1. Breath in. Bow forward as you empty. Halfway stretch on the inhale. Step it back, flow through, pausing in upward facing dog. And up dog, bend the right knee so the toes come up. And then wild thing, right toes down, right arm lifts. Breathe in. Right hand down, side plank as you breathe out. Lift the left arm straight up this time. Keep the core engaged. The left arm comes forward. Maybe that left leg lifts. Left knee, left elbow. Stretch it out. You can keep moving like that, or if you need a little bit more, keep the limbs straight. Whew. Little side star for 5, 4, 3, 2, high to low push up on 1. Pause in upward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Child's pose just for your exhale. Cow with the right knee, inhale. Knee to elbow, left toes lift as you exhale. Right leg goes back to 3-legged, breathe in. Step forward as you empty, reverse warrior, finish your inhale. Triangle, straighten the front leg as you exhale. Left arm forward, breathe in. Backstroke that arm, set up for crescent on the breath out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lift and lower that heel. Exhale and inhale. There's no breath cue for this, right? For 3, 2, 1. Bear, hover the knees. Right foot stays planted as you pulse. Maybe that left foot goes in and out, or out and in. 5, 4. Left foot stays in on 1. 3, 2. Left foot in on 1. Right foot forward. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Pulse that heel up and down. Step back to 1 spot. 3, 2. Last one on this side. Hands down. Bear hover. Remember, this is also the core work. Pull the navel in. Left foot might be going out and in. 3. Keep the left toes in on 1, 2. Left toes in. Right foot forward. Crescent lunge. Breathe in. Oh my gosh, quads are screaming. Twist to the right. 1 cycle of breath here in. Stay for that breath out. Reverse warrior or sky archer. You can absolutely straighten that right leg if you've had enough. Cartwheel the hands, step it back all the way through to down dog this time. Huge breath in those back bends. Take a cleansing breath. Home stretch. We're almost there. We've got the left side to go, and then we're gonna take it back to the mat a bit. Lift the heels, look forward. Exhale when you're ready. Step or hop. Halfway stretch. Breathe in. Hold as you exhale. I'm slowing down a little bit. Get real intentional with your breath. All the way up on the inhale. Catch the right wrist, side bend to the left. Bring your right toes back behind your left foot. Lift up and out of the hips. Breathe in. Eagle pose. Right leg over, right arm under. Breath in. Sit low, finish that breath out. Chair pose on the inhale. Here we go, lightning chair for 5. Chair, breathe in. Lightning for 4, option to lift the heels, pump the breath in for 3. Lightning, in for 2. Lightning, in for 1. Lightning, little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way up on 1. Breathe in. Fold forward as you empty. Intentional breath. Half lift on the inhale. Flow through to upward facing dog. Huge breath here. Left knee bends, wild thing. Inhale, press to lift. Exhale, set up your side plank, heels to the left, right arm comes up. Reach the right arm forward, maybe the right leg lifts. Option to bring elbow to knee, or keep the limbs straight. Oof. Straight limbs is harder for sure. Choose which option is gonna help you feel like you're growing. For 3, 2, oh my goodness. Come back to your vinyasa, pause in upward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Child's pose on the exhale. Cow left knee this time, breathe in. Left knee, left elbow, right toes tuck as you prepare. Inhale, kick to 3-legged dog. Exhale, step. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Triangle, breathe out. Right arm reaches on the inhale. Backstroke as you exhale, setting up for crescent. Breathe in, here it comes. Lift and lower that left heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, hands down on 1. Bear hover with your pulses. Option to bring that right foot out and in for 5, 4, push the mat away with your hands. 3, 2, right foot stays in on 1, left foot steps forward. Crescent lunge, inhale, lift and lower the heel. Put the eyes to one spot. Send the hips back a little bit if you're feeling this more in your glutes. Soft bend to that back knee. Hands to the mat. Last bear hover. Option to bring right foot out and in. 5, 4, 3. Relax the neck and jaw. 2, right foot stays in on 1. Left foot goes forward. Crescent lunge. Breathe in. Twist to the left. Breath in and out. Reverse or sky archer, inhale, high push up and pause, high plank and pause. Option to come to forearm plank or to hover the knees or to drop the knees all together. You're hovering the knees with me. We're gonna tap opposite shoulders. If you need more, walk the feet a little wider for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back onto your heels or lie down onto your back. Meditation, whatever posture is going to allow you to come back to the present moment as easily as possible. Come back to sensation in the body. Come back to the ability to notice what's going on in your mind without over-identifying with it. Minds are these really incredible, powerful, wonderful tools. They make super duper great, what's the saying? They make a great servant, but it's terrible master. So if you can sit back into the awareness that you actually have some agency and choice about what thoughts you're gonna attach to, this opportunity to really take such better care of ourselves and everything that we come into contact with. Bump up against a thought that's really self-critical or really judgmental. Can you be curious? Bump up against a thought that's really judgmental, period, or critical of others. Shift into just the possibility that you could think in a way that's slightly more helpful. doesn't resonate at all in this moment, just come back to the breath, breathing in, breathing out. Very brief practice of pranayama, very brief 4, 7, 8 breath. Stay upright if that's feeling comfy in your body, if you're able to keep nice alignment without straining, or you can lie down onto your back. It'll be an inhale through the nose for a count of 4, hold for a count of 7, and then it's a pursed lips controlled exhale through the mouth. So it's like you're kind of blowing up a balloon with that exhale. Getting normal, natural breath here. In. Let it go. In for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 8, 7, like you're blowing up a balloon. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4. Hold for 7. Out for 8. One more. In for 4. Hold for 7. Keep the face relaxed. Out for 8. Back to a natural breath rhythm. Noticing how the body feels. Noticing the qualities of the mind here. The mood or attitude or tone feels like it's shifted at all, or if it stayed the same. You're ready to make your way onto your back if you're not already there. You should go for the knees again. Set up with the figure 4 setup. So right foot over that outer edge of the left, or the top of the left thigh rather. And then you can stay right here, or we're going to add a spinal twist. Keep the legs in the same shape, but bring the sole of the right foot and the outside of the left thigh to the left side of your mat. You can T or cactus the right arm. You might reach the left fingertips down and catch the right heel. The nose can point straight upward, or you might nod your chin toward your right shoulder. And if this feels like way too much sensation, you can bring that right knee down toward the left and maybe even slide it into more of an eagle leg situation. Being twisted root for your spinal twist. Just like at the beginning of this practice, so much of the intention around setting aside time for yoga asana is to check in with yourself and take care of yourself. And so as much as I have like a sequence and some postures that I'll offer up, the more you can really take ownership of your practice, the more capacity it has to feel like a place where you are filling your cup, where you are recharging your batteries. There's no prize that comes when you do every posture that I suggest or any teacher suggests. There's no gold stars for that. What matters, at least to me philosophically, is that I get to leave my mat feeling like I took some time for myself. And understanding that as I lost my AirPod, but as I took some time for myself, that hopefully increase enough capacity to take care of others, take care of my community. Bring your head through center, take a breath in as you untangle the legs. Pause for a moment in neutral. Take a breath. And then set up on the other side, left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Hang there if that's serving you, or add the spinal twist in that figure four shape. Or maybe you convert it to a twisted root. You can do what feels natural with your head and your neck, whether that's keeping the head neutral or getting a rotation to the left. Come back through the center, set up for savasana. Take your time. So same as the beginning of practice, it's not a checklist here, although we're close to the end of this practice. Instead of letting the mind wander to what's next in your day, can you keep just gently coaching it to come back to the sensation of the breath, the sensation of the body. Bring your awareness to the forehead and smooth the muscles across the forehead from temple to temple. Let the back of the shoulders melt. Just giving yourself unconditional permission to be here, knowing that you've done enough, knowing that you are enough, that it is okay to take this moment of stillness to seal in the work of your practice. Listen for my voice in just a few moments to close together. Really slowly move the head side to side, to rotate the ankles or the wrists. It might feel good to take a big full body stretch, a little body stretch here. Meet me when you're ready in a seat. And you land, bring the hands to the heart, either in Anjali Mudra or pressing the palms kind of up against the heart space, finding that connection to that heart space. Sit up tall, we'll close with one last cleansing breath here together. Inhale through the nose, let the shoulders lift into the ears as the lungs fill and the ribs lift. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Thank you so much for sharing some of your time, for sharing your energy. Be well.